Hello, I'm Natalie and I'll be showing you how to account for seam allowance when sewing. First I'll start out with this pattern I made. It's just a simple tea tunic fit for a doll. Now first I'm gonna trace two copies of this, one for the front and one for the back. Okay, here I have the patterns traced out. Now before I can cut these out and sew them, I have to account for something called seam allowance. The seam allowance is extra fabric that exists outside of the shape of your pattern you're wishing to sew, so that you don't lose any of the inches that you have measured out so carefully. It's easiest to work with a 1/2 inch seam allowance, so that's what I'm going to be adding around both of these patterns I traced. Alright, so here's the top with the seam allowance added. I have some to the top of the sleeves, the bottom, and the side seams of the shirt. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out now. Here I have both of the pattern pieces cut out. Now I'm going to place them right sides facing each other to sew. So it's the wrong side and the wrong side. So looking at the machine, you'll notice that you have these fractions up here and these whole numbers. Now these are actually seam allowances in inches, 3/8 of an inch, 5/8, and 7/8. In between the 3 and 5 is going to be your 1/2 inch, which is what we accounted for. So you're going to want the end of your fabric to line up with that 1/2 inch line while you're sewing. Okay, so to sew this first seam, we're going to go forward a bit, then push down for reverse, go back to secure the stitches, and then keep going forward. And then once you're at the end, you'll want to reverse again to secure that other side. Okay, here we're going to go down this way and then turn and go down the rest of the sleeve. And I'll show you how. So first we're going to reverse once again. Go forward. And when you get to the corner, you don't want to reverse any stitches, but make sure that your needle is in the fabric. Then you're going to reach in the back, lift that foot up, and turn the fabric so that you can sew the other way. Put that foot back down, and then complete sewing. Now I'll do the same to the other side. Now it's all sewn up. You can see all the seams on it. And then we just take it and turn it inside out to hide everything. Now you'll notice that there's a bit of a problem with the sleeves. They don't want to come out all the way. The angle is restricting them. See, it's making a triangle piece. So how do you fix this? Now we're going to flip it back, and in that corner we're just going to snip into it. I'm going to take scissors and cut as close as I can get to that thread without getting through it and ruining the whole seam. So we have one, and then let's do the other side. Two. Now we can flip it back. See how much better that looks? Alright, and here we have the tunic.